'Twas. 'Twas it wrong to have a right thing? 'Twas it wrong to was it? 'Twas it ill? Or 'twas it wrong? Or is it wrong? To want to have a right think, a right conversation to have a right. I think aloud, is it wrong? Or 'twas it wrong that I would have to, that I would have to write everything aloud? Or was it wrong? Was it right? Or I don't know. We're just going to have to, I'm just going to have to see at the end of this episode was, oh, it was. It was it or 'twasn't it wrong? Or 'twas it wasn't it wrong? To be able to have a right thing. Oh, 'twas, or is it not wrong? Is it not right or right? We're just about to find out now. Ladies and gents, welcome to you. Merrimia Freesmas, Merrimia Freesmas. Let's have a right think. Now, I think the series really is interesting, you know? Because I've just been doing it daily since I don't know when. I mean, I know when, but I just I don't know how I really just was like, hey, let's record this. Let's record this game every day. I don't know how I really just got into that. But I mean, I've been doing it for a long time. And, you know, I've really come to love this game, the characters, the franchise, you know, just everything about it is great, right? But, you know, doing these animated intros of sorts, and also, you know, kind of, I guess, like doing these, like this, like building up a huge project in the background of these episodes. It's been fun, you know, the more and more I do it, the more and more I'm like, man, I really wanna do something, like, massive. Like, I wanna do something massive, and I don't mean in terms of, like, I don't mean in terms of the huge video that's gonna come out on the 31st. I mean, that's already massive as it is, but what I mean is that I wanna do something massive in the sense that I want to tell a story, folks. I want to tell a story here. And how do I really explain that? How do I really explain by what I mean is I want to tell a story? So, I've told y'all, like, basically my daily life for, like, the past, you know, 1,000,000 episodes. Really, almost, I feel like since episode 400 at least. I don't think I've shared everything every day, and if I have, well, I mean, I have. But the thing is, right, is that I always tell y'all what happened, and I always do this and that, but I don't really, I don't really edit, you know, I don't really edit in the sense of, you know, putting up pictures of what's happening, or like when I'm explaining all that kind of stuff, I don't really edit, right? When it comes to, like, putting things on the screen. But recently, and this has really just increased massively, in just these, in just, you know, in the 900s episodes. It's really, it's increased massively here. That we're basically seeing an uproar, or y'all are seeing an uproar, or we're sort of having a bit of a revolution. Not a revolution, more of a innovation era. Sort of like a renaissance, in a sense, in this series. Because now, I mean, now I have, you know, a face cam, you know, I have a face cam for this thing, you know, like I'm able to show y'all things outside of the game during the episode without me having to edit much. You know what I mean? So that's something I can do. That's something I've been able to do. I mean, I can, you know, in the freaking Liari's book club, I'm able to show you the manga, and, you know, turn the pages and read it and do all the terrible voice acting and whatnot, right? And I'm able to do that. You know, I'm able to show things in the outside world, out of the game, in a video, whilst playing the game, right? So that's one innovation, probably one of the biggest innovations of the series. And then another one of these innovations, I say innovations, but it's innovations. One of these other innovations are, of course, the animations that I've, you know, been doing for the intros. Like, even though it's probably only gone on for like 3 episodes, still, it's an animation, and still it's being put a part of it, a part of the episode, and so that's another innovation. And another innovation that y'all are gonna see soon is, we'll see soon. Wait, or maybe you've already seen it. I forget. No, yeah. Sorry, I said see soon because, you know, I want to hype up, you know, the 31st, you know. No, but they, you know, animations, being able to show like camera stuff, outside world thing. The other thing is, you know, the spin-off spectacular, you know, the spin-off Spectrum Spectacular. That's an innovation in the 900s. Sure, it's like another event extravaganza, but, you know, it's a bit different because here, you know, it's not really a spin-off. No, but not really. Because it focuses more on the side stuff, you know, on the spin-off. So yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. We're really innovating. Like, despite the multiple, like, sort of like arcs of the 900s, and, you know, including a lot of the bangers, the 900s has sort of been an eventful time. You know, an eventful and innovative time. So I just finished taking a shower, and while I was taking a shower, I was listening to this song made by this creator who created this one song that has like a bunch of frogs in it. And it's sort of like my evening song. It's sort of like the song that breaks me into my evening, and it's like it's like dun 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 da da dun 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 da dun da 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 da. I can't sing it perfectly, but basically it's a good song. And it has frogs, and I was listening to that creator, and I went on their Spotify and I found this other song, and I played that song while I was on the shower on repeat. And it was a song, a really short song, but, like, it got me thinking, man. It got me thinking, like, man, I still have so much to record for the episode on the 31st, and I want to do so much at the same time, you know what I mean? Or so much more at the same time. And so I decided to have a right think, right? I want to do more innovative stuff for this series, because as it is, you know, we've introduced animation, you know, we've introduced, you know, I'm actually animating. It's not like top-notch Steven Universe freaking, you know, saddest or you know, really, what did I say? Just really good animation, right? It's not amazing, you know. It's not like freaking anime open here, you know. I'm not like creating Naruto type stuff, you know. This isn't like Snafu, you know what I mean, folks? This ain't like it's a really good anime with really good art. This isn't like freaking Weathering with You, Your Name, you know. This isn't like a, you know, the animation that I'm making isn't like Studio freaking Ghibli, you know what I mean? So my point is, even if it's not that, it's still animation, and it's still cool because, you know, I'm able to put it into the video. And yes, it's only been like 3 videos where we've seen an animated intro, but that's enough to get me hyped up. You know, that's enough to make me feel like I can do more with this. And I'll expand further on what I want to do with animation. Believe it or not, in the grand episode that's coming out on the 31st, I'll expand more on that. But for now, that's all we're gonna talk really about animation. But let's go to the camera side of things. So, because like I said, I want to be more innovative, right? Currently, I have really 2. I mentioned the Spin-off Spectrum Spectacular, but that's not really, you know, it's not really, yeah, it's not really. And so, let's talk about the camera thing, right? Because right now, and I'm going to have said this 1,000 times, sorry, I'll actually get on track. We have currently 2 true innovations that were made in this, you know, in the 900s, right? One of them, camera, and then the second one, the animation. And so, since we're not going to talk about animation, let's get to the camera. So, I want to expand upon these two innovations, right? Because currently all we're doing right now with the animation is intros, and all we're doing with the camera is Liari's Freeze, or is Liari's Book Club. But here's my thinking, right? Here is my thinking. So, again, I'm going to expand on the whole animation thing in the grand episode, but right now I want to talk about the camera. The camera, basically, I'm thinking, because last episode, I forget it was last episode, a few episodes ago, right? Probably like the first video that I did in To Merrimia Freesmas, I showed y'all, like I turned on my camera, right? I showed y'all my watch, right? And it was live. It was, live in the video. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, copy and pasted. Like, you could actually see my bedroom floor, and you could see this, and you could see... It was cool, right? It was cool. And so, what I'm thinking I do is I go ahead, alright? I go ahead and maybe, right, just maybe, go ahead, just maybe go ahead, and, like, let's say I want to go on a walk around the neighborhood, right? Let's say I want to go on a walk around the neighborhood, and maybe, just maybe, I can record an episode of Memoria Freesmas while walking, and you can see my surroundings through the camera, right? Obviously, I'd actually have to do some editing there. Maybe it wouldn't exactly have to be in, in my area, but, like, maybe in my backyard, you know what I mean? So, like, those outside videos, like, oh yeah, welcome to, another episode of Memoria Freesmas, or we're outside, or we're on the beach, or we're, I don't know, or we're on a plane, you know what I mean? I can record those episodes and basically make them into vlogs. I can basically make a vlog within Memoria Fries. You know what I can make a vlog series in Memoria Fries, through Memoria Fries. Because before when I went to like Paris, when I went to Colombia, Ecuador, the millions of places, really only 3 or 4 places that I've been throughout this series, I've only ever done separate vlog series, and I do that separate to Memoria Fries. And of course, in the episodes of Memoria Fries, I talk about, hey, my day was great, and we did this, and we did that, and I'd be like either super tired or super excited, you know what I mean? And so we did that. But I didn't think to sort of do vlogs, to sort of combine vlogs and Memoria Fries into one thing. And so that's one of my ideas that I want to do, which is to do that. I want to be able to do that because that sounds cool, and it kind of just works. It kind of just saves me so much more editing, and so much more like space, because when it comes to my vlogs, they're like 15 hours long. But with this whole face cam thing, I can actually do stuff. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm gonna turn it on right now. Look at this. Look at that. It's true flowers. Look at this, folks. It's it's a Christmas sweater. You get the point, right? I mean, it's accessible, and plus it's like super easy to turn on, like when I'm recording. Like that's super quick. Like, what the hell, dude? Like, oh my lord. It works so well. And I feel like I should have noticed this 152 years ago, but I didn't, folks. I wasn't innovative. Well, I've always been innovative, but, I've been off my rocker for a while. So anyway, that's my idea, right, with this camera. It's to basically do vlogs within Memoria Fries, right? And it wouldn't be like... Because look, if I were to do vlogs in Memoria Fries, it wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I wake up, I do this, I do that. It would probably be clips, right? So, like, let's say I go back to Paris next year, right? And, I don't know, or at the Eiffel Tower, right? I'll pull up my telefono, and I'll log on the Memoria Fries camera on, and then it's like, hey guys, we're at the Eiffel Tower, this is pretty bog, and this and that, you know what I mean? And then that's what'll happen. That'll be the thing. That'll be the vibe, I'll be able to do that. Like, for another example, let's say we go to Colombia, right? What's a highlight of Colombia? The farm, la finca, my grandpa's farm, We go over there, and it's like, I want to record an episode of Memoria Fries. Bum, bum, bum. There you go. This is La Finca, boys. Look at this. This is pretty PogChamp. I could even record an episode of Memoria Fries if I had, like, the greatest Wi-Fi in the world, right? Just the greatest internet service in the universe. I could record an episode of Memoria Fries with the camera and walk up the path up to the top of the mountain in Colombia that I've only been up twice or thrice, and that would just be so cool, man. I mean, that would just be so cool. There's a lot of opportunity, right? There's a lot of this. There's a lot of possibility. And possibility cannot be calculated mathematically perfectly. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking, right? So that's how I want to expand on that, right? And then another thing that just crossed my mind, those episodes where I kind of just do homework, right? Obviously, I haven't had one in a while, I think. I think, like, the best one of those is the freaking, was the episode with the night running song at the end or whatever. You know what I mean? One of the early episodes in the 900s. That episode, like, I'm doing my algebra, I'm doing my stuffs. Even when I was studying, right? I could actually just turn on the camera. I could show y'all what the hell's going on, and y'all wouldn't be confused. Y'all would understand. Y'all would be like, wow, this is so pog champ. You know what I mean? So it's like, and look, and here's the thing, right? I'd make it smaller. I can make this thing smaller. Look. This is gonna blow your mind. Can I do it here? Imagine I say I can make this thing smaller, and then I can't. Oh. I don't think I can. Well. Okay. Never mind. But it's... Maybe. But yeah, that's my point. That's my point. We can do a whole lot more stuff with the camera. Now, like I said, I'll expand more on the whole animation part of things in the grand episode. But I will say this here about the animation thing, because I'm pretty sure I only mentioned animation like once, I feel like. That like relates to the innovative stuff. I don't actually say innovative, but you get my point. In this episode, right? Or not in this episode. A thing that I'm not going to mention, and if I do mention it, but I'm just going to mention it here anyway. Another thing that I really want to do to expand animation, or one thing that I really want to do to expand the whole animation aspect of this series right now, is I want to be able to, logically get better at it. You know what I mean? Because y'all love the Christmas tree and the freaking lights just bum-ba-dum, bum-bum-ba-dum. I forgot how the song went, but you got my point. I mean, like how the presents come out, and then it's like, Merry, 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 in like 50 different, freaking, ways. And then it says Xmas, and then the music pumps up, and then it crosses out Merry Xmas, and then all the presents in the tree, and the lights go dark, and then it's like, uh-oh, Slenderman's about to kill everybody, uh-oh. And then everything just comes back on, and it's like, Merrimia Freesmas 3, and Zelix Productions presents Merrimia Freesmas, Twas it wrong to have a right think, episode 972, like that. It's cool, right? It's cool. I want to be able to do more with that. You know what I mean? Like, not specifically that, but it could be different things, right? Because I'm sure that after watching that intro, like, maybe 3 or 4 times already, unless you're rewatching the episodes, but, anyway, my point is, if you've seen that intro, I'm sure you're like, oh, yeah, I mean, it's getting a little repetitive. All he's changing is, like, the letters. Like, the title. And that's all he's doing. It's like, yeah, that's all I'm doing. So I'm not really putting an effort for each intro, because it's basically the same thing, just different titles. And so, I definitely want to get better at animation. I definitely want to, like, if I do Merrimia Freesmas next year, which, that'd be pretty cool, because it'd be Merrimia Freesmas White 2, folks. It'd be Merrimia Freesmas White 2. And so if I did it next year, right, I can have different intros. I can pre-prepare. Like, look, I could even do this, right? And this is going to blow your mind. So this year, I just came up with Merrimia Freesmas on the spot, like, on Christmas. Alright, just out of nowhere, right? I didn't think I was going to do it. But now that I have it, right, I could actually do it properly. Because usually when people do, like, a Merry Christmas kind of, special on their channel, or just in general, it's a 12 days of Christmas, right? They have an advent calendar, you know what I mean? And so we could do 12 days of Merrimia Freesmas, or Merrimia Freeze, or whatever. You get my point? You catch my vibe, you're rowing in the same boat, great. But that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to expand on animation. I want to make the intros different. Maybe I can start off simple. Like, and I'm just giving examples for the Christmas stuff, because I don't have any other things in my mind right now, but I have some examples that it's like, oh yeah, I can maybe change the color of the presents, or I can change the lights on the tree, or I can change the music in the background, or, you know what I mean? And so just little itsy bitsy little things. And let me be honest, right? And let me be honest. I really, really wanted to be good at drawing to the point, or like at animation to the point where I could have drawn Belle. Like, I wanted to draw like a chibi version of Belle's face, right? On the screen. And then a chibi version of, like, I don't know, Hestia or Ween or whoever, right? Or whoever else on the other side of the screen. And then have their heads, like, sort of animating, like, up and down, up and down, up and down. As like, it was, as the animation is like, oh yeah, what was it again? Memoria Freesmas 3 and Zelix Productions presents, like, I don't know, there'd be something cool about that, and especially with, like, the bells and everything. So, believe it or not, right, I had so much more planned in my head for the intros of To Merrimia Freesmas this year, but I just wasn't able to do them because I was just, I didn't really feel like it, and B, I didn't really have enough time because I wanted to be able to get this whole huge video that's going to come out on the 31st ready, you know what I mean? And so I can't be over here, spending 30 minutes a day, trying to make an entire new animation for this and for that and make it better and, have the bells move up and down and left to right and then make Belle and Eyes or whatever, or Belle and Lily or Belle and Ween or whatever. Like, sort of their little, like, animated gacha faces being like, doot, 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 you know what I mean? So it's like, there could have been more, right? And who knows, maybe I actually will end up doing that, especially for the grand episode on the 30th. How many times am I gonna say that? Because honestly, I, despite that episode being, like, very, very close, I have a lot of animation, and that's another thing, I have a lot of animation ready for that episode, but I say ready, and I haven't even started work on it, so, yeah, I still have quite a bit to do. Anyway, that's all I really have to say. I just thought I should have a right think out loud. I think that's what I'm going to call this episode. Maybe, no. I think I'm actually going to call this episode Twas It Wrong. Twas the night to be innovated. Yeah, Twas It Wrong. No. I'll call it Twas It Wrong to, we'll call it Twas It Wrong to have a right think. Or a right rant. A right rant. Oh, I could call that. Is it wrong to have a right rant? I'm gonna call it that. Okay, well, with that, folks, this has been good. This has been another great episode of To Merrimia Freesmas. I'm gonna go ahead, go downstairs, have some food, and then come upstairs, and, yeah, I gotta continue production on set at gigantic episode on the 31st. I might as well just call the episode that, the gigantic episode on the 31st. Because I'm still 3 episodes behind, like a billion animations behind, and a song that I've kind of been working on for the past 90 episodes, so, yeah, I'm not even joking. Anyway, thank y'all for watching another episode of To Merrimia Freesmas, and I will see y'all tomorrow, which is the okay. Oh no. Oh yeah, I better get to work. I just realized that it was the 29th. Okay, well, thank y'all for watching. Arigato smash for watching, and sayonara.